But you're there for the camaraderie, the openness, the run. And so when the shaitan come to you, like Muhammad Ali was saying, that at one of them fights, he said, man, the idea came, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Right? Every marathon, the shaitan come to visit you. Why are you doing this? Are you getting any money? A lot of white folks call it the wall. You're gonna hit a wall. I ain't never hit no wall, because I knew it was shaitan. The wall, they hit a wall because they don't know it's the devil. Ease up to them, hey man, they got plenty of energy left, they're gonna get paid. Why are you doing this? You're gonna get paid for this? They asking them all this, that internal stuff, and they don't know that it's the devil. So the long distance is my run, not fast, but I run a reasonable, I was a good 3-hour marathon. You know what I mean? It's passable, it's okay, fine. So I ran a 3-hour marathon, on average, sometimes a little more, but you know, that was what I ran, a 3-hour marathon. That's good. And I wasn't out there to break no records. No way, because I can't run that fast. You know, other people that we ran with, I remember some of the Sudanese brothers, we ran a bump-to-bump run in Sacramento. It was from AJ Bumps, a restaurant, to another AJ Bumps. It was about 15 miles. So we were running down the road. Finally, now Sudanese got that same stuff that the other Africans got over there. Good God Almighty. And one of the brothers was here not long ago, Brother Ehab, he used to run with us. So one time, I ran with Negroes, all kind of, so anyway, I said, how's this pace? He said, alhamdulillah. I said, how you feeling? Alhamdulillah. I said, well, okay, I'll see you later. Because that pace was too hot for me. Right. I mean, I could have finished, but I didn't feel like He said, alhamdulillah. I said, okay, I'll see you later, brother. I'm going to take it easy, because that pace that you're running is too hot for me. So you learn your pace. That's why we train for 500 rounds. That's what we train for right now. We train for a 500-round fight. Boss man don't know what round it is. He don't have any idea. And as we said, is it affecting him? When we first started this fight, boss man was huffing and puffing and he was knocking niggas out. One blow. Everybody. He's a George Foreman type, knocking everybody out. But he's not doing that anymore. And he's picked too many fights at the same time. He didn't pick fights with China. China is bad. You can't play with them. They back on their feet. They're not China 100 years ago. They're China now. Okay. They've been picked on Russia. Russia's 8 time zones. Russia whooped the Germans so bad that 5 out of 6 Germans killed in World War II was by Russians on the Eastern Front. So they decided to pick on them. Yeah, we won bubble gum. You lost applesauce. That's what they used to say. You know, in other words, we won the Cold War, and and communism is a blooper, and right? That's the way they did. They didn't do championship style like a good fight champ, right? And
then they blow up, then they drop the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. To show them,
to show them, yeah, we don't care nothing about humanity and all of that. Hey, man.
This we can do to y'all.
The the Americans done picked on everybody. And everybody, and then they go and hire the biggest clown in world history. This is the biggest look. It don't make no difference whether he's trying to do it, whether he got paid to do it. Whatever it adds up to a loss in prestige for the United States of America. And everybody's saying, you don't hear nobody on the news that say, and then they're going to take it, Iran lost 290 people. And Bandar Abbas, the Vincent, shot the plane down back in the 80s. And these idiots, they never apologized. Oh, we're sorry. No, we thought it was a military plane. Of course, military planes fly different than civilian planes. Okay. So the other day, they're just going to have their jets fly and harass people. Everybody knows that's wrong. We're just doing a visual inspection. How you going to expect a plane from the outside? All you can do is say, yes, it's flying. Look at that, there you go. Right? What are you going to do? You're going to see some people in the window? That's some people in the window. What are you going to say on your notepad? That's people in the window. It's got wings, right? Right. It's flying. Visual inspection, how? It's stupidity. It's insanity. So boss man is way out of his league. And the punches, he's throwing them late George, 6th or 7th round George Foreman punches. Just like a shoe shot. They ain't hurting nobody. That's what, he throw punches at us all day long. He just said something about my foot. My foot, you see me, I ain't had it. Now, the last 2 days, my foot. For no reason, I haven't kicked nothing, okay, so he does something every now and then to show me that I am inside of you, Mr. Negro. I can give you body aches, headaches, I can give them to you. And that's true. But I say to him, as I always say, you can kiss excuse my expression, you can kiss my black ass, boss man. I don't care nothing about what you can do. If you can do it, do it. You can scramble stuff up or get to scrambling. Go ahead. Get your behind busy. No, get your butt busy. Don't threaten me about nothing, what you gonna do. Or you have to show me what you can do. Hell, I know what you can do. I done tested you 822 times on everything, right? So, no, that's the attitude. The attitude is a position, like the plane, position it takes according to the horizon. When you do like this is an attitude. When you get your body ready to fight, that's an attitude. When you have a certain psychological propensity, that is an attitude. That has to be our attitude. And we lack that attitude. So now, this project management, marathon rules, distance running, there's something called burnout and brownout. Most people experience burnout. Just burn out. All the circuits go, it's blowing. Brownout is when the lights go dim a little bit, right? And then the power comes back on and it's nice full energy. That's a brownout. We don't have any of those. Not burnout nor brownout. Why? Because we manage our own self. We don't even get close to. We rest before we have our own internal measuring system. After all these years to measure where are we at, right? So we breather. On breather, a working breather. We just finished a long time of working breather. But a working breather, we still doing stuff all the time. Muhammad Ali is in the ring, he's fighting, but he's still resting. You know, sometimes he's throwing punches, sometimes he's resting. We're gonna throw punches now, we're gonna make them pay for it. How? It's very simple. Well, they have to pay for it. They have to do it because if we're gonna go down there, Hassett, Meeks them, if we're gonna go over there messing with them, if we're gonna demand Chris Hedges them and all of them do something, right? They got to do something. Why? Because if they don't do anything, then we're gonna get a whole lot of people, so they gotta send people, they people, to do what we tell them. Or we're gonna get real people, right? We're gonna get real people anyway. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna get some real people and we're gonna explain to them, boss man, do this, boss man, do that, so take it easy. But still, we're gonna make him pay, just like everything we did. The last 2 sessions, we made them pay for it. Everything, we made them pay for it. You don't think we knew who our teachers were when they was here? You don't think we knew who the Negroes was? You don't think we knew who was in Sacramento? You don't think we didn't know? The guy over here, when he was from Sacramento, gave us a hint that he, you know, the Latino guy, okay. You don't think we knew who UCLA was and all them people, right? All the centers that we had, we made them do that. They did that. Let's put it this way. We used our energy, we used our resources, but we made them pay for it. They paid for most of that. Okay, we paid for the school and other stuff like that. But all that other stuff, we made them pay for it. Yes, we used our money. Yes, we did this. But in the long run, they paid for it. And they ran all over the country. We're As-Sabiqun, we're this, that, and other, right? Okay, yeah. Did we know who they were? Yes, we did. Why? It was our 3rd or 4th or 5th time around. Right? Deja vu. All our literature, if you were to see the other notebook in this, it has the same thing. Deja vu. I might even show y'all. We've seen this before. We've been here before. This is comfortable. That's years ago. That's 7, 8 years ago. That's before and at the beginning of this fitna in California. We'll do what we want in California. We're gonna do this the way we wanna do it. And they gotta cooperate. If they don't, and we done mixed it up a little bit for them. That's why we say, boss man, you gotta give us your treaty. You got to. Don't make no difference. But what would a phony treaty be? We call it JCPOA. It would be just like, if do the white man lie? De vez en cuando, every now and then, or always, right? Right? So we want you to give us a treaty and sign the treaty, right? We agree to this, we agree to that. It's a bunch of jive, but here's what it is. We're just telling them, if you're sincere about reform and being a good guy, then you sign on the dotted line. Yeah, just do that. We don't make it easy for him. It would be almost impossible for him, and we're sitting there talking this trash, for him to agree publicly with what we're talking about. But if he was sincere, he would do it. If there was sincerity, a streak of sincerity in anything he was doing, and we've been reaching out to 5, 10, 15% of FBI, the FBI would know how to send me some type of message, right? Just like the NSA, I got 2 messages from the so-called NSA. I don't know if y'all remember when I was reading them over, it was years ago. One of them looked like it was on one of them old-time Underwood typewriters, you know, so it just knocks the, it's an imprint. And you know, I mean, it's really an imprint. It ain't smooth. You could rub your hand over it and tell what the thing was saying just through your fingers. No, it's an Underwood type, you know. And one of them said that rogue elements in the rogue elements in the NSA. So rogue elements, then why don't y'all unrogue them? You know what I mean? They ain't got no more power than you do. You know what I mean? If they was real, right, they do like the so-called good FBI agents on TV, that's all on the movies. It's always challenging, you know, the bad CIA people. And they always, well, you can act like that. Y'all put it on the thing, just go on and act like that. You don't have to do that, but at least pretend. You won't even pretend. Just pretend. It's a big game anyway. You think I'm going to trust you because you signed a treaty with us? You must be crazy. Right? Anyway, we're going to make them pay for it. They have to do something. Right? Okay, it's all simple. The stuff is simple. Like, okay, starting in a little while, we'll just remodel our stuff. And no matter, it's our work project. If somebody come and help, that's good. If they don't, that's all right. But eventually people will come. We'll paint, we'll fix our cars, we're going to do all of that stuff. That's just, we've been cruising. Like if we let a house sit there for a while, it's because we want to let it sit there a while. That's all. It ain't no big deal. But they have to send help. They have to do something, because if not, eventually somebody real, they're going to hear it. We know they monkey business with this stuff. But see, we have the CDs, the DVDs of this. So we could hire winos to pass out to, you know, all that like they do in the newspaper. They just hire some. You just pass things out and we watch it. Then get a chair and sit back and watch them pass them out. Okay. So they're going to get them to some real people. It's just like that Me Too thing. You can judge by the response that literally everybody that was down there around us was the police. Right. Of course, no response to the Me Too. None. Somebody would have to respond. The numbers. How we know that? Because we know when we used to travel in the early days, right, to raise funds in different mosques and to do things, right? When we would get back to California, we could go to the mailbox, and for a month or like, it would be letters coming in, and you know what I mean? And if that was real, right, it would be some response. Because it's the same way what we was doing the other stuff before. No response. What does it mean? It means everybody down there, almost. What was the police? Almost every. Is it hard for them? Hell no, it ain't hard for them. Right? If they can bring out millions of people, what is it? They can, where are they going? They're going over here. They're going to be speaking right there. Well, contingent number 1, you go over there. Contingent number 2, come this way. Contingent number 3, come that way. Simple as that, right? It's too simple. It ain't no, do they do that? They did that. Why? Because there was no response. None. Just, see, we've done this so many deja vu, so many times before. You put out so much information, you can pull back and wait for the response. It's going to be a certain amount, right? They don't know you're sitting there waiting. Boom, no response. Good for you. No response. Nobody wanted to hear what was in that, right? Nobody responded. Therefore, that's boss man down there. It ain't no problem. We talked about burnout, brown. We don't have, there's other people have a problem with burnout and brownout. Brownout means you get a little tired. We take a rest before we get tired. We take a breather, physical, psychological, emotional. We like Jack Johnson, laying down, almost got his legs crossed, just about, and just got his hand up in the sun, right? And we could do it any kind of way we want. We could go out there, throw a couple punches, and go lay down ourselves. Or the guy swing at you, you fall down for a minute, you just tell you can't stop the fight. I ain't hurt. I'm just resting. Right? I'm just resting. Right? Or you holding the guy. You can see the repeats, people coming, floating around here that's been gone. They're welcome. Everybody's welcome. This is a little more surfacey, you know, like just give a little sign, induce a sign or something. With you, of course I'm a boss man too, don't forget that now. But you know, just say 10, I got to give you the extra 10%, just when they walk in the door, all they got to do is, you know, I just keep my mouth shut and go on about my business. 10, what about 15, no 15? That's the only thing I'm gonna say. Man, come on, man. That's it. That's it. Why? We didn't train for this. We've been doing this so long. Hey, man, we've been doing this so long, it's just ridiculous. But that's the key. Nobody lasts that long. Never. Niggas last 1 year if they good. They don't, nobody in our history, look at it, they don't get their time. They start hitting points, they cut them down. That's why